Hey Virgo, welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we're doing your general read for the month of December. This is for anyone, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Virgo, and as always, a general read. So, of course, always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. In these reads, I like to keep it more about soul transitions. What's happening within us deeply, and how that affects in all the other areas of our life, which is where you guys will put the energies where they belong, in what area of your life it pertains to. If spirit guides me to put it into a specific energy or specific area, then I will follow, but I like to keep these very spiritual. So anyways, Virgo, I'm not surprised. Your main energy is the Hermit. That's you. You're the Virgo here, Hermit. You guys have been doing this for some time now. Three of Pentacles. And it's always been this soul-searching kind of energy. I also feel a lot of the readings have had the Hermit come up, so it's not just you. A lot of us are embarking right after the harvest. We enter into the season, you know, the winter solstice will come, and we're entering the season of winter, which is it's when a lot of us in the collective go within. So if you suffer from seasonal depression, obviously I'm not a doctor, but you know, this is a space where at this point, if you've suffered from seasonal depression, then you know that this is a time of introspection for you to give yourself self-love, a lot of self-care, and not let the energy of the depression overtake you. The other energy we have is Three of Pentacles, and this means collaboration, hard work. I think this is more about learning. I feel like you're in a place of just reinventing yourself, to be honest. I did see the Tower, Virgo. So let's just get into your read, because these readings so far, I've been only recorded Earth, and you're the third sign, and Taurus and Capricorn were very difficult. So let's just get into the details. Let's see what your soul transitions are, Virgo. Now, please take in mind, I'm doing this in December, but these readings are timeless. So, okay. So clearly, open to receive. We've been talking about you and your Empress power, and there's a lot about self-worth. I think it's a really kind of the energy of Virgo. I always feel that's the shadow of Virgo, where you're constantly reinventing. A lot of you are empaths and have to come to some of that understanding of what that means for you. So really work on your shadow and your mirror when it comes to your empathic ways and what other people are reflecting. In my reading, in my collective, Empress energy has been a very big lesson for you. So being open to receive. So it has been said that clarity comes when the mind is quiet, right? In my collective, I've been picking up my Virgos to be very Nine of Swords energy, very Swords energy, very air quality energy, but that has a lot to do with the mind, and a lot of chatter and, self-talk that kind of really diminishes you. Let thoughts flow through you, then release them. So definitely, Empress energy, learning I feel this constant learning how to process your thoughts. We've been talking about and triggering. This feels like the Tower I saw during meditation. So here we have some triggering. You may be put to the test, and you have been for some time now, Virgo. You may be put to the test in certain situations to address patterns with yourself and others. If this brings up a behavior that must be corrected, now is the time. We've been seeing this for a while as well. And self-actualization, which means you're just getting into space. Now, this reading isn't negative. I know it's coming across like, get on with the program here, Virgo. But sometimes if you know anything about the human nature and the human mind, repetition is always key. And so we learn from repetition. We learn from bad behaviors, but we also learn from good behaviors. And so once we create these patterns, we know which ones to correct and which ones to keep, So here, self-actualizations. You are on the road to achieve your full potential. Understand your core strengths and use them to your advantage. So whatever patterns, I feel like there's negative patterns being triggered, but then you also know and you need to also make sure you recognize your core strengths. And then this is more about transmutation. So lots of reflection, lots of deep thinking. Let's see what the major arcana shift is for you. I know we have the Hermit, but I love pulling from this deck. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you. What do we have for Virgo, Spirit? Thank you. This will be it. You know, this is the Hanged Man. So of course, seeing clearly. It's time to view things from a different perspective. And again, we're looking at our patterns. We're looking at ourselves. So it's very clear to me this is your theme of the reading here, Virgo, where this is about your perspective, viewing yourself and your thoughts. When I said that it was 555. So that means lots of change, you know, that needs to be taking place within. So this is really going to be a time of reflection. You have the blessed gift to see past the current situation and envision amazing possibilities. Don't worry, the pause is momentum. While you rethink your plan won't last, embrace your uniqueness and allow it to serve you. Again, allow your core, figure out your core strengths. So there's a lot of self-actualization that happens in this inner introspection of the Hermit energy. You know how to do it best. It's about reflection, time alone, all the soul searching, you know. A lot of you, Hermit in reverse just means loneliness, isolation. So either way, you're going to be in some level of isolation. Or in need of isolation. And the reason for it will be because there is definitely a new way. There's a need to view things from a different perspective here. So let's see what you need to allow, Virgo. I allow myself to live in harmony with my soul, plan, and path. Wow. This seems like, I'm telling you, a theme. Justice has been a very big theme with earth signs. I got the same card. I mean, I've shuffled these cards so many times, and I got the same message for Taurus. And justice is a theme so far for Capricorn and Taurus. So justice seems to be about lessons. And so there are lessons coming into the forefront here in terms of understanding. And I want to remind you, I allow myself to live in harmony with my soul, plan, and path. So this is about envisioning a plan and path. And the eclipses actually put a lot of us into that energy in terms of isolation in a lot of ways, or doing things and changing things up. And so I do feel there's this need to just, the harmony part of your plan is, how do you get through the day and still feel balanced, right? That's the justice. What are the lessons here? And yet you can still go about your future plan, but still feel balance within, and not, you know, letting it disrupt your mind. So let's see what you need to surrender. What I feel like this is really much about your thoughts, definitely, Virgo. Let's see what you have to surrender. Yeah, so, wow, I do want to point this out too. So surrender to inner peace. There's a peace. And again, lots of, for an earth sign, I get a lot of sword energies for the collective of Virgos I always read. So cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments. So Spirit is stressing quietness, right? Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. We're back at the flow, which is again open to receive, right? It has been said that clarity comes when the mind is quiet. So lots of quiet. Let thoughts flow through you, then release them. So there's a lot about flow. And then also, I do feel this for you as well, Virgo, is surrender to rest and sleep. And I feel this time alone is going to probably make a lot of you, maybe, again, like I said, those who may suffer from seasonal depression, these moments, these times may be very important for the self-care. So to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So a lot of the times, those who suffer seasonal depression, it's just really a burnout or a time, it's when your soul is needing you. And so those, please pay attention to that. I'm not a doctor again, but please pay attention to that and give yourself the self-care that's necessary. Okay, so let's get into your main spread here. Mental conflict. There goes. We start again. So we're starting right away with swords energy. This is Two of Swords. Two of Swords is an energetic stagnation too. So, and then depletion, you know, things that energies in the mind that can keep you depleted. Give more for Virgo. There you go. Your death energy. So this is when you're transforming, right? There is a transformation happening within. There will be positive movement forward. So this is all for the good. We have more swords energy, which again, Spirit is back to your rest and sleep. So we're in rest and rejuvenate. Four of Swords energy, more grounding energy with the number 4. We have Taurus energy here with wisdom. And that's usually when we dive in very close to Hermit. This is more of the external, your belief systems, the things that are keeping you stuck. And then 5 of Pentacles, financial material changes. I just feel there's a lot of physical, this means 3D. When we have 5 of Pentacles, there's aspects in your 3D life that are also coming to change or may need change. And this is where the Hierophant comes in. We've been feeling this energy, I feel, for some time. We do have 2 5s, right? So we got, just like I mentioned, I saw 555 earlier. But these are big transformations that happen. So let's see what the mental conflict is. What is the mental conflict here? More swords energy, King of Swords and 10 of Swords, my goodness. And 3 of Swords. My Virgos. I'm not even going to dive deep into this. We already talked about this. So very much air quality element in your energy. And this is good, right? Because we have to see our core issues, but also focus on our core strengths. And so to me, this is more of seeing and being honest with ourselves, because 2 of Swords again means stagnation, right? Feeling tired. You know, 3 of Swords is a need for rest. A lot of you may feel very exhausted, healing, very tired. So again, back to the inner peace, the rest. It's Spirit is stressing rest. We're gonna keep going here. Give me more on this rest and rejuvenation, please. Why the 4 of Swords? Yes. Good. So obviously a spiritual moment for you. The High Priestess, I love it. Hermit, Hierophant, High Priestess, all spiritual, all about soul searching. 9 of Pentacles. You need to nurture yourself. Like I said, your physical life needs to be taken care of. Some of you is your body, your health, self-care. This is when you take off a few things off your to-do list too. Again, those suffering seasonal depression, those suffering too much. This is when self-care, and that means your to-do list needs to change. You have the Lovers as well here. This has a lot to do with your relationships. Lovers for me always means the unconditional love you give yourself. Unconditional love. Lovers is the strongest energy of love, which first you have to meet it with Source, right? Source, the angels. You have to first connect with yourself, your soul, in order to be able to give unconditional love to someone else. And right now you need you before you give to another connection, your family, your friends. This is more about self-care here. I will pull for the Lovers here. Your work environment, your connections. Also, this is aligning back to your soul. The Lovers, again, is your direct contact to Source. Source is love, understanding love, and then that brings you back to your healing. So give me more of the Lovers. Yeah, so 6 of Cups, lots of past energy, family, kindred spirits. We're also at the 6 of Wands in the bottom. I want to point out this is 666. 6 is the energy of harmony, which we talked about, right? So I allow myself to live in harmony with my soul plan and path. And so this is where you're needing to come back into harmony in order for you to share yourself, be the empath you are, because kindred spirits, you have a kindred spirit. Your soul needs rest. 6 of Wands, to elevate yourself. The wands are the soul. So your soul needs rest. You need to give yourself more harmony, and that will also give you more harmony in your connections. Ace of Cups in the bottom, which represents a lot of that self-love, self-care. For a lot of you, you know, this is going to open up, because again, we're looking at swords energy here. This is going to open up to really nurturing yourself and then realigning yourself to the people, the relationships and connections, or even reconnecting with your current partner, those who are in relationships. This allows you to take care of yourself so you can reconnect with your person as well. So give me one of this Hierophant. Why the wisdom? For 1111. And here we are with the Hanged Man. We just talked about perspective. So a lot of you really are going through this spiritual awakening about your roots. We talked about the number 4. That has a lot to do with your roots. Here we have the Hanged Man, which has to do with perspective, enlightenment, right? We talked about seeing clearly. You have the Hanged Man twice, seeing clearly. It's time to view things from a different perspective. So your roots are being challenged here. Family dynamics, your roots, where you live, whatever those roots are, how you see your attachments to the material things, your job, your identity, all of that stuff is changing. There's an identity. I mean, some of you can say a little bit of a little crisis here. But again, it's why Spirit is stressing the rest. You need to find this inner peace. You need to kind of get quiet first. You know, when we go into these spaces, that's because we need ourselves, you know. And so let's see this 5 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. And there you go again, Hermit energy in the bottom. So we just talked about it. And there goes the 2 of Swords as well. So much in stagnation, where your guard is. This is I mean, it is what it is, Virgo. This is a soul searching moment for you. We're going to clarify that Hermit because it's obviously the main energy here. You're more on this Hermit. Yeah. So this is about your longevity. 10 of Pentacles. This is about everything. This isn't just about one thing, Virgo. This is about your everything. This is about your life, your kids, your family, your dynamics, your home, all the physical things we're talking about. 5 of Pentacles represents a lot of physical change. Your 3D life, and you're thinking about what that is. Some of you may need to relocate. Some of you are looking into new job, money. Everything is being searched. This is a really profound soul searching moment about what this moment in time is going to reflect long term for you. This isn't an overnight result. No, this is a commitment. It could be your 5 to 10 year plan. The point is you're revisiting this, and all through rest, you know, it's truly a death energy, but stay positive because all this is going to do is you got to make the effort. This is the 8 of Pentacles energy. Make effort towards it. It's also going to bring in positive energy. So this commitment is here for you, is what I'm saying. So let me see what the lessons are here. What is the lesson for Virgo? What are the lessons? Wow, we've got triggers again. Triggers. Virgo. Triggers. This is all part of it. This means, and don't look at triggering as a negative thing. It may be a negative thing because again, we have to look at ourselves. So your biggest lesson is the triggers. It's to understand what is going to get you to move. Right? Sometimes Spirit has to trigger you so you can see things, sit back and really challenge you. Virgos can be very stubborn, right? So emotional baggage is running the show. Ooh, harsh lesson and harsh truth here. Very harsh, Virgo. Again, emotional baggage is running the show. Retrain the internal so that external can change. We just talked about that. This is about your perspective, your thoughts. This is about your self-talk, whether positive, negative. And clearly the baggage is the negative stuff. So this is how do you retrain your internal? It's your self-talk within. But your self-talk has to be retrained so like that your external, all this we talked about, all your physical things are going to change. So once you retrain that, then you're more in alignment with that long-term plan that you desire. But it's going to require a lot of self-actualization here, for sure. Let's see what's happening in your career. So what's the abundance guidance for you in career now? Oof. Oh my goodness. Wow, that flew. Hold on. Okay. That card literally flew across the room, so I already know which ones are the ones I have to look at. And so here we have deservingness, and this has been a challenge, and this can be a challenge for a lot of you Virgos, is your deservingness. Always, to me, this is the biggest lesson as an empath, especially for you. And you are beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Spirit, again, is reminding you, open to receive. You need to know your deservingness, right? Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. You know, this is important. And then, of course, this is the card that literally flew across my room. Visualize abundance in all forms. This is where your mindset and your perspective about your long-term plan needs to shift, right? So God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Yes, it will. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. So a lot about your mind here, Virgo. Let's see what else we've got. Go for it. Yes. Action, action, action. Make it happen and take the opportunity that has presented itself to you. The time is now. So once you energetically understand what is it that's also, you know, causing some level of resistance in your energy. Again, the triggers. I also feel this trigger puts you in action. So be ready for that. Be ready of a drastic like epiphany, which is probably why I saw the Tower. So it's going to be like this epiphany that's going to bring in this huge transformation. And I feel like it's already been doing this for some time. But this is about you getting into action now. You have to now work with the rhythm of creation with spirit and eventually get into action when you're ready and when you've processed a lot of these energies. So I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. I love you. Please like, share, subscribe. Click that bell button if you enjoyed my frequency. But remember to live always relentlessly and striving inspiration. This is the evolution of your soul. And I'm here to nurture you. Till next message. Bye.